Hey, what's up? So I'm coming to you because I'm compelled to talk about some things real quick. I was watching a segment on the OWN channel with Oprah Winfrey. I was talking to one of my homegirls and she was like, "Hey, girl." I was like, "What's up?" And she was like, "You need to flip the channel." I was like, "Okay, fine." I rarely watch TV, but okay. Because there's so much garbage. Literally garbage. It's just useless mind control stuff. It's all part of propaganda. I'm not going to go into that, but for those of you who get my drift, you get my drift. If you don't, it's fine. It's not meant for you to get it. And if you want to know what I'm drifting towards, just ask me. But anyways, I digress. So I see the twins on channel of OWN, which is owned by Oprah Winfrey, and Tamera is basically bawling her eyes out, and I sympathize with her because she was basically being ridiculed for being married to a Caucasian man. She was being bashed on social media to sometimes out in public asking, and people are asking her, why did she decide to do that? You're just basically voluntarily being a white man's whore. When we've gone through this for years, hundreds of years of slavery, and we would get paid $300 to be someone's concubine, you're choosing to willingly do it for free. These are the words that was said to Tamera, excuse me. And Tia, she goes to say that she experienced the opposite backlashes as to why didn't you date outside your race. She had every opportunity to do so, and it was a plus, and it was something that would have been beneficial towards you. For one, their father is white, so that would just be wrong to go and discriminate against Caucasian people. And I am all about Pan-Africanism and being pro-black. I live black. I am black 24/7, 24/7. Every single day I wake up, I'm black. I love to be black. But I'm not going to sit up here and be racist. I'm not going to do what my oppressors have done to me, or past situations that have been done to my ancestors before. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fight fire with fire. I would be stupid to sit up here and say that racial profiling does not exist. I would be stupid to sit up here and say that racism does not exist. It plays an entire in the entire world. It's just totally filled with racism. Let's just be honest. When you're doing stereotypes, that's an automatically. People are automatically stereotyping. They're just doing it more so where it's quiet and swept up under the rug, and people don't know about it because it's being done in the confinement of their own homes. But as I see the years go and come, people are being less discreet about it. It's coming to a time where they just don't give a damn anymore. Excuse my language. I apologize for that. I'm not the one to use profanity, but I only use it when it's deemed appropriate, and it's appropriate. But it's just crazy to me because I feel like we as African American people, and I'm just speaking on my opinion and my behalf, we do this thing like we want us to come together, but then you browbeat me and put me down after we've come to it. We will always be the demise of ourselves as African Americans, because we can't be happy for someone that has succeeded, that has progressed. We don't come together, we don't celebrate. We want it for ourselves. We become jealous. We want what the other person has. I don't want what anybody has, because God knows if I can handle that. Because I've lived a life, and I know a lot of people could not live if they were given the choice to do so. If I were to go back into time and told someone to sit up here and can you go through what I went through, and gave them a vision or view of everything I went through step by step, they would opt out every single time. Truly. I doubt anybody would do it unless I paid them some money. But my point is, you can't beat the stereotypes because you're being a stereotype by stereotyping other people. Let this woman live her life. She's found love. There's love. I don't believe love has a race. I really don't. I believe love is a mutual thing. Once you have that in your life, that is a blessing sent to you from a creator higher above. To those of you who believe in higher power, and whatever power you believe in, and I believe that it stands for every single person. People like to put, no, there's nothing such thing as love and all of that. Well, for a person that, kind of ticks off of emotions and vibes that I get from other people, I know it has to do with, life has something to do with connections that you get with other people and your soulmates from from opposite sex. That's just how I feel. But stop being racist. Black people, it don't make any sense. We will never be able to get any higher on the totem pole if we're constantly browbeating each other. It's not necessary to do that. I always was lost and I couldn't find my niche because you guys wouldn't allow me to. The African American community. It's either you are black and you're rolling with this crew, you're fast, you're with the fly girls and all of that BS, or you hanging with the outsiders, the outcasts, or the other race. Nah, I just want to get along. But I am all about Africanism, Pan-Africanism, and I love to know about my roots because clearly I'm drawn to it for a reason. That's that intuition and my gut feeling, but come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it together. We know racism still exists. I come from Georgia, Albany, Georgia, where people still walking around talking about, come here, boy. Where you be walking past a couple that was like a little bit older and you be feeling like they are fixing their mouth to say the N-word. My mother is the the baby out of the 18 children, and she picked cotton. My father picked cotton, so in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, it still exists. But not everybody believes in that mentality and the mindset. So, let's come together, African American community. Stop self-hating. Stop browbeating and bashing someone that is successful and that is happy. Be happy for them. We're the only community that cannot come together, and it saddens me. I am so saddened. I don't even know how to express it without tearing up a little bit, because it's like we're filled with so much potential. And potential can be equated with just words of emotions, or if you want to make it scientifical. Potential. Look up that definition. Potential energy. We can become so much more, but we somehow find a way to self-destruct. All because of insecurities, dysfunction, unable to have cohesiveness. It's strange. Alright, Black community, we gotta get together. Thank you for listening, and I'm gone.